Alright, the next Manderville quest is 8 Armed and Dangerous, level 50, given to us by Ellie. We are in Costa del Sol. I believe this starts what would be the fourth little story chain. I don't, it doesn't matter. You can watch my videos, you can watch other videos. I do have a playlist I created yesterday, I think, or the day before, recently, that is the Hildebrand Manderville storyline. So I have a playlist on my channel. You can start from the beginning and then work your way video by video. They should be in there by upload date. If not, I have no idea how to fix that. So here we go. Mercy, I was wondering when you'd show up. I've been here the whole time. I've got the latest scoop on the victors. Oh wait, no I didn't. I went to my inn. That's true. I tried out the parlay game, not knowing how it worked, and then watched a short video detailing how it worked, and then won it the next time I played it. And also found out that parlay, I guess, used to be a system in extremely early Final Fantasy XIV, probably before A Realm Reborn came out, where you could avoid fights, I guess, by doing a parlay kind of mini game with NPCs here and there. I don't know. The video was really just confusing to me. I didn't watch any other videos about it, but anyway, I've got the latest scoop on the victor spoils that our many-faced friend has set his sights on. Have you visited the Coliseum of late? There's a tourney in the works, and it's looking to be a big one. The Mithril Cup, sponsored by none other than Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. They say that Master Feargeist, that's Frank Y-R-G-E-I Sam Feargeist, will be furnishing the prizes himself from his personal collection. Small wonder it's captured the attention of Mr. Sticky Fingers. You are familiar with the concern, yes? It's only the largest mining interest in the Sultanate, after all. The name rings a bell. The chairman, Master Feargeist, sits on the syndicate and possesses such wealth that rumor has it he could buy half the realm if he chose to. He's also renowned for being something of a martial arts enthusiast, with his position affording him little opportunity to test his own skills. He settles for living vicariously through the exploits of others, hence his sponsorship of tournaments like the Mithril Cup. My colleague Ganelon, G-A Nancy E-L-O Nancy, is in Ul'dah covering the tourney as we speak. If we were to track him down, I bet he'd be able to give us something to get our investigation started. Okay. We're going to Ul'dah. That's not what I meant to click on. Dang it. 291? Yeah, sure. Usually if it's less than 400, I'll just do it. If it's more than 400 and I don't want to take the time to find a cheaper way, I'll use one of my free teleportation ticket thingies. We are going, closest teleport would probably be the Thaumaturge's Guild. Sorry. Thaumatist? It's dumb. Why I talk dumb? Don't talk dumb. Don't talk dumb. Dumb talk dumb? Okay. Sprint. Barely needed. Only got to use 7 seconds of it. Here's Ganelon. Cutscene, talking to him. Human, male, short, not like buzz cut short, but hair that doesn't go past like the lower part, like the bottom of his ear, in the middle, nape of the neck, and the back. Yes, I'm a busy man. If you're looking for small talk, I suggest you look elsewhere. No need to be rude, Ganelon. She's a friend of mine. Now, what say you share your latest findings with us? I promise I'll make it worth your while, says Ellie, joining us. Ellie? If it isn't the Mithril Eye Star Reporter. Come to have a laugh at Ganelon's expense before returning to pen your latest front page feature, eh? Well, oh, very well. Just promise you'll put in a good word for me with the higher-ups, okay? Now, let me tell you this. There's strange things afoot at the Coliseum. Bugger all, it's a travesty, I tell you, says a random voice I don't know yet. we have 3 mostly bald men wearing only torso armor. 1 pink sleeves, 1 red sleeves, 1 green sleeves. And I say mostly bald because each of them has like a top knot, but bald otherwise. The other distinguishing feature is they're all wearing basically just a sports cup for their waist armor. A jock strap, as it were, I guess. And then, no, like, completely bare thighs. And then they all have kind of these strap sandal boot things. I say boot only because they go up to a few inches below the knee, but they are just like horizontal straps. There are 3 horizontal straps going from that spot below the knee down the front of the shoe, the front of the strappy foot, whatever. Does it like a shield kind of in that little ankle area. And then they look like sandals for the feet part as well. Each of their top knots matches their sleeves on their torso armor. Upper body armor, as it were, I guess. Hotch, Hue, Hamo, whatever is the matter, and where, pray tell, is Hutchin? The 4 of you will compete for the cup together, yes? I fear that an unfortunate mishap has left Hutchin in no condition to fight. We were just on our way to convey the dire news to Dower Meadow. Mishap, my artist, this was sabotage. Some bloody coward out there will stop at nothing to eliminate this competition. I swear it on my Sublugar. I think Sublugar is the name of their waist armor. I don't know a better way. Like leg armor, like the missing leg armor is the Sublugar. That is just that jockstrap. I remember it mostly from Final Fantasy XI. You had Sublugars everywhere, and then just bare legs, really. Another voice, I don't know yet, says, "Lower your voice, Hotch. My head stings enough without your bloody shouting." And they turn to find a purple-sleeved and purple top-knotted, bald. He's got, instead of the strappy all the way up to just below the knee sandal thingies, his right foot has a boot, like a full solid black boot, or purple, I can't really tell. Hutchin, should you not be resting your wounds? Oh, but forgive your incompetent, unworthy comrade. If I had been quicker with my mantra, we would still be 4 men strong, says Hamo. I'm not going to keep the voices distinguished very well between them, so it is what it is. Do not berate yourself so, Hamo. In victory and in defeat, the Mantravilles... Mantravilles? Interesting. Fight as one. You bear no more responsibility for my wounds than I. Any road, I dare say I'll not be getting back into fighting Fettle by arising about in bed. Arising about in bed? What does that mean? I'm ready to chant some mantras. How about the lot of you? How about the lot of you? Hutchin, for you! I am always ready, says Hue. Now that's what I like to hear. 1,000 mantras, and I want each one to ring out over the Sagoli. And the 3 other brothers, whatever, do their fist pumps in the air. Purple guy nods. He runs off. They run after. The Montravilles, says Ellie, shocked. Aye, as Hutchin tells it, they took their name from a training partner they met at the Fist of Ralgar, a man they most admired for his devotion and chiseled physique. Consider me not the least bit interested. This talk of attacks on the competitors, however, of this I would hear more. Ah, yes, I mentioned that strange things were afoot, yes? With mere days left before the Mithril Cup, a staggering number of would-be combatants have withdrawn, citing a host of curious ailments and injuries. With the list of entrants shrinking by the day, the organizers have been forced to abandon the elimination format in favor of a mass melee between what few battlers remain. The Phantom Thief's challenge. Gladiators dropping like flies? No, this is no mere coincidence. I would speak to the individual in charge of the event. Where might I find him? Though the concern sponsors the tourney, the day-to-day organizational duties are being handled by a fellow by the name of Dower Meadow. He should be in his office within the Coliseum's halls. I'll send word to the gateman, Ul'dah. He owes the Mithril a favor or two. Splendid. Come, Mercy. We've got a case to crack. We got the know-how, we got the knack, and now all we need's a case to crack. If you know what that song is from, or even just who sings it, we've got the know-how, we've got the knack, now all we need's a case to crack. We're two super duper sleuthers. Give us a mystery. I'll give you a little bit of time. I don't know, I mean, I was young at the time when this came out, so that's probably why I encountered it. I am 39 years old. If that helps anything. Probably doesn't. But it was Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. They had a song about them being sleuths, detectives. What's in your brother's dresser drawers? Mysteries of life, screaming to be solved. I must have, as a kid, seen that numerous times, and that's why it's stuck in my head. Here we stand in our trench coats, dying to get involved. We found Ul'dah, a Lalafell. From the Mithril, you say? Then by all means, you are free to enter. Cutscene. He was standing in front of a stairway leading up, I think, with some ropes. They seem to be inside a gathering spot for the Coliseum. Maybe a bunch of combatants walking around, mages, gladiators, etc. I'm Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all-seeing. You know the deal, yes? And you must be Dower Meadow. I was hoping I could ask you a few questions about the upcoming tourney. A Rogadan male, who I think I've seen before in the Gladiator quest line, I think. He's got an eye patch on his left eye. Kind of like bald, but has a red mohawk. Kind of shortish, but not too short. Maybe a couple inches tall. Pink tuxedo, like pink striped tuxedos, like light pink and darker pink stripes. Black V-shaped collar, I guess. Inside of that is a white undershirt with a pink bow. Gar ha ha! Who am I to argue with free publicity? And from a charming little thing like yourself. Ask away, me girl. He got black pants. Black tuxedo pants. That said, between the challenge from that so-called phantom thief and now these bizarre attacks targeting the fighters, our tourney's already the talk of the town. Not that you'll see me complaining, provided someone's still left to fight, that is. He waves a hand in front of his face a little bit, back and forth. You're free to investigate as you wish, but you'd be smart to exercise some caution. Needless to say, recent events have everyone here a bit on edge. Why, just moments ago, one fighter almost took off another's head for insulting the color of his suble. Oh. And there is Hildebert, Briardian, and Nashu, surrounded by some cheering warriors and a mage. Looks like we've got ourselves another... These two aren't in the entry books. Hildebert is doing his poses in his tuxedo. Briardian knocks him out. Smoke rising from the back of his head. And our challenger unleashes a vicious right hook as the gentleman inspector was channeling his strength for his next attack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner, says Nashu. Briardian is still in his post, like, he's still in the after pose, I guess, of his punch. Inspector Briardian, as efficient as ever, I see, says Ellie. A true gentleman. Eschews violence, Inspector, says Hildebrand, still in his normal, after getting knocked out, butt in the air, face on the ground pose. Briardian composes himself. You were thinking. It annoyed me. I like that. Dower Meadow, I presume. Tell me everything you can about the prizes for this tourney and try to be brief. Was wondering when you might ask. Master Feargeist has spared no expense in making the Mithril Cup the most lucrative tourney this Coliseum's ever seen. The victor will receive a true treasure from his collection, the Warden's Grace, a ring fitted with the largest sun sphere you'll find outside Karn. Q-A-R Nancy Karn. Hilbert's head picks up from his butt up in the air, face down, pose a little bit. The second and third place prizes are nothing to sneeze at neither, but I don't care how many faces he's got, we've nothing to fear from this thief. The concern has hired an elite regiment of stone torches to watch over the vault day and night. Yes, just as the brass blades were so successful in stopping the thief last time. If you want your treasures safe, go fetch them and bring them to me. And be quick about it, I haven't all day. Hildebrand has stood up, smiles behind him. Fear I can't do that, Inspector. After all, what proof do I have that you ain't Mr. Many Faces in another of his elaborate get-ups? No, if you want to get your hands on the spoils, you have to claim them as any other would, in battle. As a matter of fact, what with the ranks thinned as they are, we're actively recruiting new competitors. The more the merrier, and the more lucrative at that. Briardian thinks on this, as does Hildebrand. Now, where did our receptionist get off to? Over here, you slimy bugger. We've got some fresh blood for the melee. We turn to see. Give me a moment, will you? I've only got 8 arms. Or were they legs? Oh, can't see. We do have. Nashu covers her face. Hildebrand smiles wide. And a slobbering cephalopod. A purple octopus, I guess. Although, like, doesn't really have the sucker. Like, the tentacles don't seem to have suckers. They kind of just. They're, like, ribbed, for lack of a better word. And 2 eyes on the front face. Kind of like a dome-shaped head. All purple. There's some white swirls here. Some lighter pink or purple lines here and there. The irises are red. And around the rim, as it were, of the domed head, just a bunch of just like downward curved teeth, or pincers maybe, like the small. What's the best way to describe that? Yeah, I guess I've done a good job. What voice do I want to do for this? You called? I was just about to give the lovely Miss Avila the grand tour. I might change it later. I don't know. Next to the cephalopod is a woman, kind of like Amazon-esque. Just has a gray skirt that barely goes down far enough. Those kind of like strappy sandals like the bald gentleman did. Midriff completely bare. Her torso has the boobs in like a silverish looking. Covers. Wait, I didn't mean to click. Inspector Hildebrand, look, he's purple, says Nashu. But like, anyway, midriff was bare on this Avila lady, but the boobs and the upper torso, like the upper chest area, were protected by this silver whatever thing. And then, I don't know, black hair. Astute as ever, Nashu. This color, this overabundance of appendages, I smell a case. That's just my receptionist, Ultros. Don't be startled now. He's an ugly little bugger, but he's friendly enough. Word has it he was one of many bizarre creatures born from a recent experiment with ancient incantations at the Thaumaturge's Guild, says Dour Meadow. They were going to seal him away in a hole in the desert with the others, when he opened his slobbering mouth and started pleading for his life. I just want to live in peace. I'll do anything. So the management hired him to perform odd jobs about the Coliseum. And I'm ever glad they did. I tell ya, this job ain't glamorous, but it sure has its perks. What a delicious morsel. I want to get my tentacles around her. So Avila's, I think that's her name. She has to have the shoulder pauldrons that are like tarnished, like polished iron. That breastplate, which is literally just covering the breasts and up, has some thick, like single, like braids in her hair in the front, 3 on each side. Apparently Ultros is a perv. He has hearts around him looking up at her. She is disgusted and shocked. Shakes her head no. I know not who you are, or where you hail from, and I do not care. If you dare challenge me, my Tempest Blade will show you no mercy. You can forget about your case, Inspector. There's only one who will claim the victor spoils, and that is me. And she walks off. Oh, I just love it when she talks tough. Now, who's the chump who wanted to get a pummeling by my lovely little Avi? I guess they're looking at me, and I notice this. Though a gentleman takes far more pride in rescuing fair damsels than fighting them, I fear we have little recourse. I, Hildebrand, agent of enquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall do what must be done to... Mercy Valkyr will be entering the tournament on my behalf, says Briardian, walking directly in front of Hildebrand, like in the camera's view. Hildebrand was starting to pose. Now his mouth is agape. Mercy Valkyr, you do look like a Valkyr. Well, bugging me with a spear. To think I'd see the day when a warrior of light stood in my Coliseum, says Dour Meadow. Hear that clink clink clinking? That's the sound of gil pouring into our coffers when the public finds out that a true Eorzean hero will be stepping into the ring to fight for the Mithril Cup. Oh, and I reckon your friend can tag along too. Show him where to sign, Ul'dah. Hildebrand pumps his fists. Yes, he gets to play as well. With Mercy, I suppose we have as good a chance as any. Now we just need to make sure that she doesn't come down with some curious injury, says Ellie. That gladiatrix, Avila, was it? Seemed quite certain of her chances at victory. Suspiciously certain, I would say, says Briardian. Haha, I'm already 10 steps ahead of you, Inspector. That Ultras fellow seemed most knowledgeable about Miss Avila. Come, Nashu, the investigation is afoot. As much as that sounds like an amazingly productive line of investigation, might I suggest that our first priority is to keep Mercy here safe. Let us return to Ganelin and see what else he can tell us of these mysterious attacks on the combatants, says Ellie. Very well, I shall leave that task to you. I have a lead of my own to investigate. Should you uncover any new information, I trust you will share it with me at first opportunity, says Briardian. I nod to him. Didn't have to cut me off. Don't know why that song's in my head. Sorry. We can just actually run straight back out this pathway. I was going to say these doors, but that wasn't correct. This pathway. We're basically running right over this gladiatorial Coliseum. It's a circle. This is like an observation deck of sorts. We're going back into the steps of Nald, which is like the outside ring. We have Ganelin again, with Ellie, Nashu. Nashu's taking notes in her notebook, and Hildebrand here as well. You again? I've already told you that... What? Enter the tourney, you say? Are you out of your bleeding mind? Look, I've got a suspicion or two, which I'm happy to share with you, but in the end, you have to protect yourself, you hear? So I've been asking around, and it seems that more than a few of the fighters who pulled out of the tourney were scheduled to fight a warrioress by the name of Avila. Now, or Avila, whatever. Now, I can't make any promises, but my instinct tells me this girl is bad news. But don't take it from me when you can hear it from someone who crossed blades with her just days ago. A fellow by the name of Raging Rat. He had the misfortune of being matched up with Avila in the preliminary round, and earned himself a right bruising from it all. Last I heard, he was resting up back at the Pugilist Guild. Why don't you pay him a visit? I think the guild is, yeah, it's in this section. I'll sprint just because why not? Why not? Here is Raging Rat sitting outside of the guild. Cutscene, by the way. He is barely anything on his torso except for like a leather strap or two. Rogadin, really buff. Has some like wrist, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't describe everybody. Come to have a good laugh at old Raging Rat's expense, have you? Well, you're not the first. I say, is there not a man in this entire realm with an ounce of sympathy? Greetings, good sir. How fortunate you are today that your guest is Hildebrand Mandeville, gentleman and inspector. Now, if you would, please enlighten me to how exactly it was you were beaten to a bloody pulp by Miss Avila. Gentlemen, my arse, have you not a wit of delicacy? Never you mind. Look, the record may say I lost, but I'll admit to nothing of the sort. I'll shout at the top of my lungs if no one else will. The girl doesn't fight fair. Tempest Blade, some kind of foul sorcery if you ask me. Mark my words, that girl is up to no good. If she weren't so damned easy on the eyes, she'd be rotting in jail as we speak. The girl's Alamegan, or haven't you heard? You know how it is with those refugees. Why fight with honor when you've got nothing to lose? Yes, and why not disparage an entire people in a pathetic attempt to salvage your sorry pride? This one's a real piece of work, Mercy. Let's be on our way, says Ellie. I didn't mean no offense, miss. Just telling it like it is, as it were. Perhaps it truly is some manner of sorcery, as the fellow says. Or perhaps she works with an accomplice, says Nashu. She didn't strike me as the magic-wielding type. If I were a betting woman, I'd put my gill on the latter. Ah, Miss Ellie, the thrill of the chase has struck a chord with you as well. I struck a chord with you as well. Yes, I can see it in the wrinkles beneath your eyes. Don't say that. We might well make an inspectress of you yet. I'll give you a good wrinkle, you insensitive boor. Ahem. If what the man says is true, it's likely that her fellow Alamegans might sympathize with her plight. An accomplice would hardly be out of the question. Yes, I can see it now. Two unfortunate souls, shunned by those around them, united by destiny and a common sense for justice. He does a couple poses, like arms wrapped around himself. Ellie just shrugs. Ample appendages whirling wildly, sending gusts of wind flying every which way. A villa and ulti, a match made in the heavens. Were it any more obvious, I would have solved this case without leaving my home. Incredible! Your powers of deduction never fail to amaze, Inspector, says Nashu. What is it with you two and that infernal octopus? Mr. Ultros should still be at the Coliseum. Let us hurry before he slithers back off to whencesoever he came. Okay. The two of them walk back to the Coliseum. Ellie gives another shrug. The Rogan man just kind of turns and walks away. Ellie turns to me, shakes her head, and then follows. Not the Rogan, but Hildy back to the Coliseum. Hildy back to Coliseum. Coliseum. We get our sprint back and we use it. Back into the Steps of Thal, the inner portion of Ul'dah. At least like one of the inner portions. We find Hildebrand and Nashu and Ellie kind of looking. We have the octopus over here as well. They're kind of just watching him, I guess. Cutscene. Shh, friend, and look over yonder, says Hildy. Behold those exquisite legs, those stylish tentacles, the unearthly undulations of a squirmy, squishy body. Yes, our friend Ulti is a most fascinating creature indeed. We find Ultros behind, possibly unknown, a woman, blue, pale hair down to her shoulder blades, very shapely body, has a very short skirt that you can kind of actually see a butt cheek a little bit out the side of, and I think that's what Ultros is perving on. Behold how he carefully eyes the gladiatrix before him. What manner of mischief is he plotting? And she turns and sees him. He speaks! Yes, this is most suspicious indeed. He's like flopping around in front of her, and she is raging mad, and then she runs off. He keeps flopping. Oh, what is this? The girl has fled in a panic. Our friend Ulti appears to be discouraged. Look at the way his shoulders sag, or how they would sag if he had shoulders. Ulti turns and goes in the direction that she fled. Our quarry is on the move. Quickly, Nashu, we must pursue. And they run out of scene. Ellie shrugs again. Walks off after them. Cutscene over. Back out the same way we came. And then we talk to Nashu. We're kind of... the Ulti is now looking at another short-skirted girl whose back is turned to him. Him, whatever. She has blonde hair with 2 pigtails in the back. That each of them is colored a little bit differently, but kind of well, actually no, they're kind of fading into red. Black thigh-high boots. And we talk to Nashu to complete the quest. Cutscene. Mr. Ulti seems to have found himself another gladiatrix. What might he be plotting this time? Look at those succulent legs. I reckon they taste just wonderful in a good marinara sauce. The blonde gal turns to see Ulti. Marinara sauce. Ah, he speaks. Ulti is again undulating in front of this girl. She stomps her foot a couple times, waves her fist at him, and another girl rushes off. Whatever did he say to her? He looks so sad. Shall we douse him in lemon butter and put him out of his misery, Inspector? Whatever is he doing with these girls anyway? And Ulti follows this girl. Call me crazy, but I think he likes them, says Ellie. The 2 of them are shocked. Ulti, Hildebrand and Nashu. Nashu looks at me as the cutscene ends and the quest ends. 8 armed and dangerous is complete. 1154 Gil. As we click complete, Hildebrand's face turns to us as well. And Hildebrand will continue with the next quest. I'm going to put that in my notes here. Near Thami Guild. Cool. Probably my last video for the night. I'm just getting kind of tired of talking. I got some leveling to do. I got Ninja to 56 and then some, so I got that quest to do, but I want to get Machinist and Black Mage. Black Mage hit 55 yesterday. Gonna do a couple dungeons, and I think it'll probably take at least 2 dungeons to get that up. At least 3, maybe 4 dungeons to get Machinist from 54 to 56. And holding off on Blue Mage stuff. I don't know if hitting 61... I think I have Blue Mage fully geared out. You can't do a weapon, so I can't do that. But everything else is geared out in order to do... Like, I want to do Thok Ast Thok on hard solo to get whatever spells in there. I think the spell in there is one you can use 4 times in a row, and it gets uber strong with each successive cast. I don't know how that compares to other damaging possibilities, but it looked great. I would like to get Cact Guard, but I don't know if I have the level for that. And Super Naka, I don't think I have the level for that. White and Black Knights Tours. There's 2 different spells. I'll try. I don't know when I'll try. Maybe after I hit 61, just because that extra level and the health from that might actually pay dividends. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you next time for whatever video of mine you watch next. Bye bye.